Alrighty, we've got a powered cube draft here, though. A distinct lack of power in this pack. And, well, this is actually going to put me to the question here. How early is too early to pick an Ugin? I kind of think now is fine. I mean, look, I could definitely take Counterspell. I don't think that can't be too wrong if it is even wrong. But I really like Ugin, and I feel like slamming an Ugin. There's an upheaval in the pack, too. Let's see. Counterspell, Vivi, yeah, I like Ugin. I'm going to see if I can go that direction. And in this pack, there's Ritual, and there was a Tendrils that could come back, and a Doomsday. There's a Spell Seeker, Imperial Seal. I mean, Windswept Heath is probably just the pick here. I feel like, as much as I like Dark Ritual, I feel like taking Dark Ritual this early over Windswept Heath is probably a bit aggressive. Like, Windswept Heath is just always going to be good. I mean, not always, but it's pretty hard for this card to miss. And Dark Ritual, of course, can be great sometimes, but I don't know that I want to just fire it off and start there. And what else we got here? There's a Ponder, a Tursa, a Manifold Key, Galvanic Discharge, Rafine's Tower. There's a Sneak Attack. I haven't snuck in a while. Ugin, Sneak, Windswept Heath. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I'm kind of curious to see how this goes. Kind of big mana with Ugin and Sneak. I mean, Ponder's fine. I could have obviously drafted some kind of like blue-white deck, but I like the idea of this. And then here, I think I'll just take Volcanic. Volcanic goes nicely with Sneak. I don't care too much about passing Inquisition or Guide of Souls. And Oath of Druids will probably come back, so that's something worth considering. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it almost assuredly will come back, but I'm happy enough taking Volcanic, which unfortunately doesn't work with Windswept Heath, but I'm sure we can figure things out. And then here, Retrofitter Ugin. I mean, I probably will Retrofitter. I like Retrofitter. It's good with Ugin. I don't think Scrubland's a big loss. Either of these Jeskai cards that all seem to come together. Soul Guide is also pretty good, but I think it's early enough in the draft that I could take a card like Retrofitter and see if I can make that tick. Oh, I love Uro. I'm going to take Uro because I feel like I want to draft like Teamer Big Mana, Retrofitter, Sneak, Ugin. Uro helps accelerate. I like Baleful Strix and all, and I don't really like Triplicate Titan, so I'll take this. And then now, I mean, it's got to be Bauble. I don't really believe in Blightsteel Sneak. I think that's not a great combo. It can kill them, but it doesn't always. And then when it doesn't, you're left with nothing. Fresh Start's okay, but I think Bauble's quite strong. Better than Spire Bluff. I think better than Mightstone and Weakstone at this point, since we don't really know exactly where we're going. And then here, it's got to be Brainstorm. I mean, Enlightened Tutor can get Sneak, but I don't think that's like a winning proposition. And Brainstorm can also get Sneak by just drawing 3 cards. And I have a fetch already. And it's a card that fills my graveyard for Uro. Okay, Upheaval came back. I'll take it. Because the other thing is, like, even if you set the Sneak aside, this actually kind of organically is going into the artifacts direction. I mean, when Upheaval Wheels got a late Retrofitter, like, this could be a time when I'm actually reading signals. No, we don't do that here. We'll see where we end up. I spec'd on Sneak over Ponder. I would clearly trade Sneak for Ponder right now, but I think this is still a pretty reasonable place to be given what we've seen. And then here, passing a late Life Death. Wow, the Tendrils didn't wheel, or Doomsday. Oh no, Doomsday I think did come back, but Tendrils did not. Or maybe I'm just making things up. I don't know. I'm losing it. I'm going to take Time Warp though. Time Warp, I actually do cut Time Warp a decent amount of the time, but it is, I think it has some potential. Late Noble and Bayou, Rafine's Tower with Windswept Heath, but I think I kind of want to just take Galvanic Discharge. I feel like early interaction is nice. Wow, Oath didn't wheel. Huh. I'm surprised. I could Exploration here. You know what? I never do Exploration. I have Upheaval and Uro. All right, let's just take that. Kind of makes me want to take Yavimaya now. All right. And, oh, Restless Vinestock. Oh, and Blightsteel came back for free, so why not? Okay, we got some interesting stuff going on here. Teamer Big Mana. It's been a while since I drafted this kind of deck. And, we take a Mox Ruby. That helps. Passing a Workshop. Woodfall Primus. Ragavan. Let's see. Oliphant. Overlord. Oh, Thoughtseize, of course. Ren and 6. Yeah, all right. Easy Ruby. Into. And probably easy Pyrogoyf if I had to guess. I mean, there's Steam Vents, but I already have Volcanic, so that's a no-go. I do love me a Malevolent Rumble. You don't have to sell me on that card, but I kind of feel like Pyrogoyf is going to be the business. So let's move things a bit. so we can get a good sense of things. Yeah, we'll Pyroglyph over Chromatic Star, bunch of good white cards. Rumble could come back, or Once Upon a Time. One of those cards I feel like is a good chance. Now there's Polluted Delta or Oko. Delta could be nice because fetch lands with Exploration is a good start towards some sort of lands thing. There's even a Zern Orb here. Like if I got that red and 6 back, for example. But Oko is also just a really strong card. So I really do like fetches. I'm just going to take fetch lands. I think fetch lands are awesome. And then now I'll take my Stomping Ground. I think that'll help given the direction I'm going. And I'm passing up Ether Spellbomb and a Candelabra, but I'm not even necessarily like artifacts, because we haven't seen any of the real big payoffs. I guess Ugin and Upheaval are kind of payoffs. Retrofitter's kind of a payoff, but we don't have like Urza or Academy is kind of what I mean. Tinker, anything like that. So I'm kind of drafting, like, if I saw like a Titania, for example, I would definitely be in. And here, there's a key. There's Torsten for Sneak. I could just do that. There's also Bolt, Utopia Sprawl, Thunder. I mean, there's a lot of cards I would want in this pack. Pyrite as well. But I think I'd just take Torsten here. I don't really see a reason to go too far away from Sneak. I don't know. Seems like a fine thing. There's also, Dismember. I like Preordained, but Dismember is a broken card and goes in every deck. So passing up on a Lutri, which I think I'm okay with. 6-pick Dismember, huh? All right. That's fair enough. And then here, we have a Talisman to Consider. We have a Generous Ent that gets a Stomping Ground. I kind of like that. I think that Ent is better than Consider. And I don't mind a Talisman, but I kind of feel like, especially with Sneak and Brainstorm to shuffle, I think, and Exploration, yeah, I think Generous Ent looks pretty good. All right, so we're like Teamer, Sneak, maybe Artifacts. We'll see. Oh, Jetmir's Garden's probably good. Just a reasonable fixer. I don't really want to play black for Grist. Passing mostly black cards there. Didn't want to take the Mind Stone. I mean, there's a possibility I'd end up in like Artifacts, but I kind of feel like that's not really where I'm going. And then here, Mishra's Workshop came back. All right. I guess you talked me into it. I don't need another Triumph. I don't really need a Plateau. No, it doesn't help Windswept Heath get anything in particular. All right, let's just spec on the Workshop. Uat did come back. I knew it. There's also Sparas and Luris, but yeah, we'll take Uat. Uat finds Mishra's Workshop. Did you know that? It increases the percentage of Workshops in my deck by a slight amount. Oh, and then here there's a Walking Ballista. Okay, I mean, again, I'm getting some kind of late good artifact cards, and so I don't really see a reason to pass them up. Also, Yavimaya plus Mishra's Workshop, no drawback. Oh, yeah, we'll take Candelabra here. Well, this is an interesting one. Oh, Thundering Falls, that's probably worth taking over Talisman. No, this actually looks like a pretty good Talisman deck. I have a couple tap lands. All right, let's go with Talisman. And I guess I'll just take Seachrome Coast because you never know. Okay. Let's see what pack 3 brings us. Give us some definition. Well, Atroxa and Emrakul here. I think I just take Atroxa to go with Sneak. Also, this deck has some kind of like, if I have a 1 free black source, then I could cast Atroxa. I've already got a couple free white sources. Emrakul is also good. I kind of like Atroxa. It also works with Flash if I get it. It's also castable. I feel like sneaking Atroxa wins you the game just as much as sneaking Emrakul, or at least close. I don't know. Sometimes one wins, sometimes the other wins. Passing up a Basalt Monolith that could come back too. All right, I'll take that. Flash and Urza, huh? I gotta take Flash, I think. Flash is, I think, more busted, and I'd have now Torsten Atroxa, and we haven't even seen World Spineworm. It's a shame because Urza, I think, would also be good here, but this doesn't even look like an insane Urza deck. All right. Wow, there's also Auriok Salvagers, Karakas, Gut, Fury. Some good cards, but I'll take Flash. And there's an Academy? Well, I mean, I guess I'll still just take the Academy. I have Academy, Retrofitter, Candelabra. Like, Academy's more busted than Urza for sure. All right, look at this. Flash Academy. There's a Portal here as well, and a Palantir and a Chalice. I'll get one of those things back. All right. I like where we're going. This is looking nice. So, yeah, I mean, I guess there's a Trox at Emrakul there. Now there's a Tinker. Oh my God. Okay. I have Blightsteel already. Portal shouldn't come back because who's passing me? Nachito? I don't know. I don't really know exactly what Nachito thinks about really at any point in during his life. So Is he going to pass the portal after passing Urza Academy and Tinker, then we wheel portal? I hope not, but who knows. Passing a Fiery Confluence, that's fine. All right, well, now I need to pick up some artifacts. Oh, Sneak Tinker Flash. Yeah, I like it. Could use like one more big thing and artifacts, but other than that, we've got some good setup. One thing this deck is missing is I don't have any counter spells or discard, so that is a little unfortunate. If I see anything like that, well, discard not even so much because I don't want to play black cards, but like if I see any counters, I'm going to be heavily incentivized to pick them up. I have Upheaval Ugin. I have some really good paths for Academy. Urza, I less so do because I don't have like token makers except Retrofitter. And I don't know, I feel like Urza, I feel good about both taking Flash over Urza and Academy over anything else. And then here, well, here now there's Archon. There's Pio, which might wheel. There's Wasteland Dig. I don't care about that. Basically, it's Archon versus Cogwork Librarian. Archon Sneak is pretty nice. I can't cast Archon on any black sources, but it's another sneak card. It doesn't, and it also kind of works with Flash. All right, I'll take it. I don't think Cogwork Pack 3 Pick 5 is going to be worth all that much. Nothing, certainly. Oh, here we go. Pentad Prism, I think, is going to be awesome. I do love me a Steel Cutter, you know that. But this looks like a really good Pentad Prism deck. Good with Tinker. Could maybe cast Archon or Atraxa in some weird situations. Obviously good with Academy. Not so good with Mishra's Workshop. That is true. And then here, I'm pretty big into Bankbuster. The time for Titania passed. I didn't get that Zern Orb or anything. Yeah, Bankbuster over Boots and Haywire Might. Yeah, I mean, Boots is nice with Tinker. You Tinker for Colossus and give it Boots, but I think Bankbuster is just going to be pretty good in this deck. And then here, Arena of Glory is kind of interesting, but I guess I'm not hard casting these that often. There's Terra Sunder. Oh, I could just take Veil of Summer. That's like a pretty good anti-counter sort of thing. All right. I probably won't main deck that one. Emrakul came back. So did Basalt Monolith. Oh, wow. I kind of want both of these. I actually think I'm going to take Basalt. It's really good with Workshop and Academy, casting these big things. Oh, yeah, this isn't close. I already have Archon, Atraxa, Torsten. I have 3 sneak things and just the 1 sneak. So do that. Yeah, I didn't think we were going to wheel anything too interesting. Here, what do I take? I could take the Cub. I'm not going to play it, but basically, like, hating a white card makes not that much sense. Or I could just hate Sunfall. Let's just hate Sunfall, I guess. Portal came back. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, there's also Chalice, also Teferi, but that's a really late Teferi. Wow, but this looks like a good spot for Portal for sure. And here, I'm not playing Nissa. I'm not playing Ramanop. I think I'm just going to take the Council's Judgment. Yeah. Okay, Pio came back, but at this point, we just didn't quite get there. Look, honestly, Pio's very close to getting cut, but man, when it works, it's so fun. So I hate Curtains. I could also just put Blooming Marsh in my deck. Oh, Loot the Pathfinder. I'm probably not going to play that. Last pick Titania, sad. All right. What a deck, huh? All right. This is kind of a weirdo. I like this deck. It's got some moves. So I'm playing green for Exploration Uro. Yeah, I mean, my green, I just have a ton of green. Oh, and Once Upon a Time, I just have a ton of green fixing. Do I want to play this Blooming Marsh just for Atraxa, and I guess half of her. No, I probably should have just taken the Concealing Curtains. Not that it's that big of a deal. Same with like Seachrome Coast. I don't. Well, Seachrome Coast actually. The thing is, Blooming Marsh doesn't really help with Archon because I don't have any other single black sources except maybe like a 1-counter Pentad or I guess a Treasure or something. But Seachrome Coast can help cast both Torsten and, well, I guess it doesn't actually help with Atraxa that much for the same reason. I could play both. Let's see. I don't mind a Seachrome Coast. I'm feeling like Blooming Marsh is a little less good. The problem is that Blooming Marsh doesn't really help cast either Archon or Atraxa, or Seachrome Coast at least really does help cast Torsten. And can sometimes help cast Atraxa. So I have 38 cards and 10 lands. Well, that's a little deceptive. Like it's 10 lands plus Ent, Mox, Once Upon a Time. It's not quite 13 lands, but it's like 12 lands. And I can probably cut... I can definitely cut Time Warp. I don't think I need that. I like Blightsteel well enough. I think Archon's fine. It also, like, it works with Flash. It's not great, but it turns Flash into an Edict. You get the 1 trigger. I could maybe cut Galvanic Discharge. I could also just cut the Exploration. It's good with Upheaval, but I have a Mox. I have, yeah. I mean, how bad is it? Like, do I just not want to play the Uro? Uro is a really nice card. I guess I'm not like supporting it that well. If I'd cut the Uro and the Exploration, let's see. Windswept Heath to get Stomping Ground and Jetmir's Garden. Polluted Delta. I mean, I'm really just red-blue at that point. What are my red-blue lands? I mean, the thing is, I just get all these green sources kind of for free. And also Yavimaya with Academy and Workshop when those cards are like not working is not so bad. And I have Pyrogoyf, so yeah, all right. I mean, I think I can just play the Uro. And then I have 14 lands plus Ruby, Ent, Once Upon a Time. And then I have Pentad Prism, Talisman as well. I mean, that doesn't sound bad. I don't think I want the Exploration. I could play Titania, though. Titania with 2 fetch lands. I don't have anything that lets me sacrifice. All right. There's also Galvanic Discharge, but I think one of my 2 interaction spells is probably fine. So let's see. If I play this, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. Delta does not get green, actually. 5. 6 green sources. I never got a blue-green land. I guess that's like like I have Restless Vinestock, but I never got a searchable blue-green land, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, this is enough green for Uro. I do think Uro is a really best card. Let's see. So if I put in 2 islands, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I just have too many random, like, do I need Jetmir's Gardens for anything? I don't think it really does a whole lot for me. I guess it helps cast Torsten, and it can cycle. Workshop, I have Academy, and Windswept Heath is basically a red land because it gets Stomping Ground. Oh, I guess Jetmir's is fetchable with Windswept Heath. Let's see, so let me just see one thing. But if I cut too many green sources, I also can't play Once Upon a Time, and that card is just very good. But I'm kind of curious, what would it look like if I didn't play any of these things? But Ent is nice with Brainstorm. Yeah, hold on. So I just have basically Polluted Delta. I mean, this is a bit cleaner. So I'd have Polluted Delta that gets Volcanic, and then let's see, so mountains, islands. So 15 land plus Ruby, so it's like kind of like 16. Could even play one more 17, and then I could just put like Time Warp back in. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red sources plus Pentad Prism. It's plenty. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue sources plus Pentad Prism and Talisman. It's also fine. So if I wanted to change that, I could put in, like, these lands are kind of free because they, like, Stomping Ground, Windswept Heath just replace mountains and they're just red sources. Vinestock replaces a blue source. Generous Ent is a cycling Stomping Ground, which is basically a cycling mountain, but also I could get things with it. I do get Once Upon a Time, and then I could play Uro if I wanted to. Yeah, I mean, Uro does seem better than a lot of these other things. It is a good card. I have a bunch of stuff that goes to the graveyard. All right, I kind of think it is worth it, because look, I can just put in Ent, Heath, Stomping Ground over mountains, Uro over Time Warp, and then Restless Vinestock over an island. And I end up because I put the Once Upon a Time, I ended up 1 over. So 15 lands plus Ent. Oh, so now the Ent. No, I already counted that. So I just added a Once Upon a Time, and I could cut a land for it if I wanted to. Yeah, I mean, I could probably cut an island for it. Because I have 1, 2, or this is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus the two things, plus the Once Upon a Time gets blue some of the time. So the advantage of this is Generous Ent is good with Brainstorm and with Sneaking and Generous Ent is not nothing. Right now, the problem is that Ent only gets Stomping Ground. Yeah, that is a little bit annoying. I mean, at some point I'm going to want to side in Veil of Summer as well. Oh, there's also Loot the Pathfinder. This looks like a really nice loot deck. Maybe I get that in. I put in Jetmir's Garden. That's like a second fetchable land. And the problem is then I have to cut another island for it, or I just cut 2 spells. I don't really want to cut Galvanic Discharge. These are like 4 sneak targets, but Blightsteel is also a tinker target, which seems relevant. And these are both good with flash. Archon's medium with flash, great with sneak. Loot's not that bad with sneak either, honestly. This is tough because I mean I do like I really want to get Once Upon a Time, and maybe I don't get the loot in, maybe I don't get the Uro in. Maybe I just play Uat off of these, and also Windswept Teeth and Generous Ent fill the graveyard for like Pyrogoyf, and well, I guess Uro's not in the deck anymore. So how does this mana look? It got a little bit clunkier, but Restless Vinestalk is actually like a real card. Windswept Teeth has 2 targets to hit now. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of feeling like I should just not play any of this stuff. And I should just play Islands and Mountains and this Time Warp. All right. That was an interesting deck build. I think this is better. Maybe there's definitely a chance that I'll end up playing like some of these green cards or something if there's a matchup where Uro is particularly good or Ent's particularly good, or I want Veil of Summer. But I kind of feel like I could just be 2 colors here and basically adding in Once Upon a Time is a really nice card, but adding in a bunch of cards that just kind of don't, like Windswept Teeth with 2 targets, Ent with 2 targets, don't really even want to play Jetmir's Garden. Yeah, I kind of think this is better. I lose all hope of casting Torstens and Atroxas, but I don't know how likely I was to do that anyway. All right, let's do this. All right, so Stoss has a really nice one. Emerald, Mana Vault, Key, Time Vault with Witchclaw, Grim Monolith. It's kind of a weird, like, a lot of mana vaults and keys for not that much high end because it's just black-red, but still the black-red cards are good. Gut, Bombardiers, Ragavan. I mean, this is a Magda, really legit attacking deck that just has a Time Vault combo too. So I like this one. And then Brandon Army team has a Sapphire, a Jund, like Reanimate Sneak deck. That's funny, with Through the Breach, not Sneak. So we were kind of competing for these cards. Yeah, this looks pretty solid. One Ring, Minsk and Boo, some good acceleration, Entomb, Reanimate, Life Death. And then last teammate here, Shadow, has a nice like Corey Steelcutter, VV, Dak, Borrower, Tidebinder, Force of Will, Mana Leak, Remand. Yeah, I like this deck. Tameo. All right. Well, let's get to it. See if my deck works. All right. Battle against Nachito. Let's see what he's got. Probably Mardu aggro. He does draft a decent amount of red white these days, though. He could draft anything, of course. All right. Yeah, no, this hand I actually think is decent. Obviously not the smoothest Mishra's Workshop, but on the draw with Brainstorm, pretty good chance I can just find another land, cast a Prism, go from there. Maybe I'll cast this Portal. It would be nice to find a shuffle effect to Brainstorm this Portal back and shuffle. So I might not be firing Brainstorm off on turn 1. Well, it depends what Nacho does. Oh, well, I guess we're restarting. Classic Nacho remakes because he loaded the wrong deck and now I have to mulligan. I mean, that last hand wasn't great, but it is kind of unfortunate that I now have to mulligan. I mean, this hand isn't close. If I had a Workshop, though, this hand actually would be kind of nice. I'd go Workshop, Basalt Monolith, and play a big Ballista early and then maybe lead up to Portal at some point. All right, well, yeah, we'll have to mulligan. All right, I'll keep this, put Portal back, and oh, what a hand. If I can draw Torsten or Atroxa, this flash could get a lot better. If I draw any of my artifacts, then we got something going too, and I've got a Galvanic Discharge to maybe get me there. Oh, Time Warp, what a draw. Yikes, this is looking kind of medium. The thing that's kind of annoying is, yes, Flash Archon can kill something, but then oh look, Mardu. But I would still end up in a spot where I can't get the Archon back, and it's like I didn't really gain any value. This is really something. Just every expensive card that's that's bad with workshop. I'm a basalt monolith away. Doing something. Put Lutri in hand. You know, I think I'm gonna flash in Archon. It's pretty bad, but my hand needs to find some action. Oh, I guess I couldn't really do it in response to Lutri. It just happens. All right, well, I can discard Lutri if he wants. Probably going to discard a land if if his play on turn 3 is to put Lutri in hand. I feel like he's got to have a bunch of lands in hand. So what am I hoping to see here? I mean, Basalt definitely. Wouldn't mind Ballista. Pyroglyph. All right. Bobble you. See, Lightning Bolt. Sure. Draw. Torsten. Oh, Brainstorm. Okay. I think I'm going to wait to Brainstorm on my turn just to see more cards because I really need to hit something here. Ocelot Pride. I guess the advantage of brainstorming now is if I hit land plus talisman, then I could cast a Pyroglyph here. But what is this? A 4th Eorlingus for 1? All right, well, that kind of makes me want to brainstorm, but no. I mean, there's nothing I can do right now, so let's just draw. Okay, that's actually really good. Let's hit. I still need a good brainstorm here. That was not a very 1, 2, 3. Well, no. It was an okay brainstorm. All right, let's put these back. I guess I put or maybe I put Ugin Pyroglyph back because I'm not casting any of those this turn. Talisman. I'm going to cast Pyroglyph next turn. And the problem is I'm going to have one turn where I can't cast anything. Because I'm going to have a turn where I cast Pyroglyph, and then next turn I draw Ugin, and it's just straight up nothing. So I was really hoping to not draw another brick. But if I find Sneak or something, who knows? I'm going to Lightning Bolt my Walking Ballista. All right, Nog Ocelot Pride. Nacho's got Lutri and 2 unknowns in hand. I mean, I'm hoping that Pyroglyph kind of goes the distance here. It won't, but I'm hoping it does. Because he's drawing off the Monarch too. Yeah. Well, you make a deck that has some awkward draws, and you get awkward draws. Okay, play this, eat the token, pass the turn. I mean, there's a chance Nacho doesn't have an answer to Pyroglyph. If that's the case, maybe we're going to get somewhere. I think it's pretty much impossible, though. Exile into Simian Spirit God? Cauldra complete. Okay. Well, I guess I hope he attacks. Because of the Monarch. I go to 14, attack back. Yeah, and I guess he's probably just going to sit here. And I'm going to do nothing for a turn. But then the turn after, if I draw a blue source, I can cast Time Warp. If I draw Basalt Monolith, I can cast Ugin. If I draw Sneak, I can cast it and start getting Torsten going, maybe. All right. Well, we've got moves, but I do not like my position. The fact that I'm just taking this turn off is really bad. Yeah, Nacho made the right play. All right. Pass, pass, pass. Yeah, the Monarch's a powerful ability. I like it more than the initiative. I mean, we have the initiative in the cube. People have kind of voted with their wallets in terms of the people on the server like playing the version with Time Vault and initiative more, and I think people like watching it too. Not that I will always do it. I do maintain other cubes, but I think that Monarch is a much cleaner and better mechanic. All right, I do have a window of opportunity here. If Nacho's plan was to like chump block the Pyrogoyf or just trade hits now that he's got more creatures in play, I think he's Lutrian 1 unknown. If I draw a blue here and can Time Warp, things could actually go kind of nicely for me. He's going to draw another card here. All right. Blue. Blue source, blue source. Well, oh, sorry, I didn't need a blue source. I just needed a land. All right, well, I'm going to attack. What I really hope is he just gives me the initiative here. Planning to attack back for a bunch? No. Guess that was too much to ask. Oh, my God. The problem was, yes, I get boned exactly by Cathar Commando here. I couldn't make I couldn't cast Time Warp first, I don't think. Oh, he killed the Ruby? Oh, I guess he's afraid of Sneak, sure. The problem is if I cast Time Warp first, he's definitely chumping. Maybe it was enough of a mistake. I don't know. I'm pretty dead now. I was already in trouble. Like, it's not like this would have put me into good shape, but I had a little more outs, or a few more outs. All right, Stoneforge Mystic. What's the backup equipment if there is one? Jite? He's already got Glimmerlens. Oh, and Jite. Yeah, all right. And a Skull Clamp. All right, he's got about 1 million equipment. Sure. Okay. I mean, technically, Ugin could do something. He's got Jite Lutri in hand. Was about to draw another card. All right, looks like solid red-white deck. Do I want Uro here is kind of the question. And for post-board games. All right, fair enough. Okay, yeah, I like Upheaval. I don't want Veil Summer, obviously. Do I want Uro? Not enough to play a bunch of other lands. All right, I think good to go here. All right, I'm on the play. Let's see. So hopefully we don't mulligan into a really awkward hand. Hopefully we don't mulligan at all. And, I mean, we've got some good moves. We've got, well, I'm going to keep this. I still think Tinker Portal does not win as much as you might think, but as long as the Retrofitter doesn't die on turn 1, I'll be able to tinker away a token. I could also just make a Blightsteel on 3, and drawing Flash would be really nice, though. So, yeah, I mean, turn 2, make a token. Turn 3, maybe I just tinker for Colossus. I don't know. We'll see what Nacho does here. I mean, if he plays like an Ajani, I guess I could Stoneforge Mystic. All right. I don't care, I'll just make this. So, the problem is if he gets Cauldra and I tinker for Colossus, that doesn't really work that well. Tinkering for Portal just to kill Stoneforge doesn't seem great either. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is just play Talisman here. Pass the turn. And then maybe I tinker for Portal after Stoneforge pops. Tinker for Portal, trading for just Stoneforge. Yeah. Okay. Because, I mean, the Stoneforge got the Cauldra, so. Are we doing something other than this? No, we are doing this. Right. Probably going to draw a Portal anyway. Let's see. Make another servo. I mean, Tinker doesn't cost me too much because I'm just sacking a servo. So I do think I do it, but all right, I guess that's fine too. Let's go. Oh, hold on. Let's attack first. And then go Tinker. And all these things, but I'll get Portal. Blightsteel doesn't even beat the Cauldra is the thing. All right, well, if he's got Cathar Commando, he kills Portal, and I'm still like reasonably far ahead. It was nice that Tinker let me sack a token, so it wasn't like I was sacking a Talisman. It was just a 1-for-1, but I end up with Portal in play, and he ends up with a Cauldra in play, and Portal is better. If you can't kill it, I can go get Stoneforge and get my no equipment. Yeah, so. Yeah, That is just how this always ends up. I'm not saying I'm going to take these cards out of my cube, but I have been a little bit underwhelmed by them. All right, I'm just going to draw. Let's just attack for 1, I think, and then just use Retrofitter. I don't know. It doesn't seem like I have a... Playing a Ballista as a 1/1 or a 2/2 versus using Retrofitter doesn't really seem much better. Play a Pyrogoy. Fight a green source. I could play that Torsten. See? Maybe having the green was good. Not just still 5 cards in hand. But I'm getting to Bankbuster here. I'm getting to Retrofitter. I'm going to make a 4/4 end of turn is what I'm going to do. Well, we'll see what they do. Glimmer Lens, sure. And the way when you're in this position, I'll show you end of turn once Nacho passes into a Johnny. All right. And what you do is you go make a Thopter, hold down control. It's actually important to do this, and then untap the Retrofitter. And the reason to do it this way is now if Nacho, let's say, had Lightning Bolt, which is a card in his deck, he doesn't have an opportunity to Lightning Bolt the Thopter with the Retrofitter's untap on the stack. And so now I make a 4/4 and he can't bolt that. So it might seem kind of minor. It matters. Okay, Academy wins me the game very quickly. But let's draw with Bankbuster here. And then I'm going to Pyrogoyf the Ajani, I think. Basalt's getting somewhere. 2, 3. He's getting close to equipping Cauldron manually, which I really don't like to see. And the problem is I shouldn't attack. Here's the issue. If I attack and he kills Pyrogoyf, he gets to attack back and draw a card, and he has cards like Fourth Earlingus in his deck. The downside is that Cauldron Complete is a ticking time bomb. At some point he's going to pay 7 and equip it, and it's going to be pretty good. So I guess it's going to be pretty big if he misses his land drop here. All right, well, I guess I gave up damage by not attacking. He's just going to kill 2 of my things here? Well, next turn Bankbuster makes a treasure. I actually can cast Torsten in a few turns here. Also, I could just draw Academy or Workshop. Workshop would also be good here. Let's go. Let's get one of those 2, please. Or a Sneak or a Flash. A lot of good options. So we'll see what we hit. I'm hoping you can't kill Pyrogoyf here. That would be pretty annoying. Then get to attack for 4 and draw a card. I'm not drawing a lot of extra cards on Bankbuster. I think things are going fairly well for me. Or at least I did before he killed both my things. Oh no, he did not kill both my things. Okay. And didn't play a land? And didn't put Lutri into hand? I mean, we don't know the last 2 parts yet, but not playing a land is like kind of nice actually. Oh, this is not Lutri then. This is just something else. Is this Fiery Confluence just kill all my artifacts? Yeah, that's a bummer. Oh. Wandering Emperor, main phase, make a token to play around. Oh, there's Flash. Okay, I actually think I just flashed Torsten in because I could find Academy off of it. So let's just do that. Put in Torsten. Make 7 1/1s. All right, what did I hit? I hit Workshop in 2 lands. Okay. Well, I'm going to make a pretty big Ballista here. Let's play Candelabra. Untap the Candelabra, or the Workshop rather. 8. I think I spend. Actually, hold on. I want to draw with Ballista as well. So I think I just make a 3/3 Walking Ballista. And then now I can attack with Pyrogoyf on the Wandering Emperor. And I mean, maybe I should have just made a 4/4 Ballista and then crewed the Bankbuster, but I feel like with this much mana, if I draw Academy, it's a game breaker. If I draw Upheaval, it's a game breaker. There's like a lot of things I could draw that would be pretty incredible. And he's not there to equipping the Cauldron yet, so let's just kill the Wandering Emperor and pass the turn here. So what do I have in my deck that's like really awesome to draw here? Oh, I made a sample hand. Portal, actually. Oh, no, I've already used Portal, but I would be able to cast it. Ugin's on the bottom. Well, drawing Time Warp, Upheaval, Academy. I mean, I think I'm not that far from casting Blightsteel. Okay, X equals 4. Okay. Yeah, he draws a card. So I guess I can't stop these from dying. Let's go crew 3. Let's see. Kill a Trampler. Kill a Vigilancer. Kill that. And take 6 down to 12. Sure, this doesn't actually seem that bad for me, honestly. I mean, not even that far from lethal on the crackback. Let's draw a card with this, because now I can crew this, and I can attack for 9. I mean, I think I just have lethal. All right. Yeah, this is actually lethal by a lot, I would imagine. Let's just even play the Basalt. Crew the Bankbuster off the Pilot. Attack. Pump Ballista once. That's 9, 14, so Nacho goes to 1 here. Then I got Ballista. Boop. All right, on to game 3. Okay. Yeah, as much as I want Uro in some aspects, I just don't feel I should put a bunch of awkward lands in. All right, let me get a good one. A little ruby hand here. What do we got? I mean, it's keepable. It's a little awkward. I have to crack my fetch to cast my Brainstorm, but I don't think I'm gonna mold this hand. You know, I heard a rumor as well that I could draw Academy at some point, but it's unsubstantiated for now. Nacho is mulliganing once. I think I lead with Mountain. I mean, we'll see what I draw, but I think I lead with Mountain Retrofitter to give myself basically a little bit more time to draw a blue source. I mean, technically, if I draw another Mountain, I could play a Prison for 1. I don't really want to do that. Stoneforge is pretty annoying. I hope it's Ocelot Pride. Oh, Soul Ring. Jeez. Okay. Well, that's nice. I still think I Retrofitter to start, though. I'm not in like a huge rush to Brainstorm here. Well, I kind of am, because Soul Ring is a beating. If Nacho plays like a turn 2 4th Eorlingus, then it's like, sure. That? I think I'm just going to play a Ballista for 1. Just trade that one for the Ocelot Pride here. Oh, actually, I should have... Oh, that was such a bad play. I mean, I get to block here, but Wandering Emperor now completely bones me. Yeah, that was dumb. I just immediately thought, okay, didn't get punished, but that was horrendous. All right, well, he didn't use Soul Ring last turn. Hopefully he's putting Lutri into hand. No, that's Glimmer Lens into putting Lutri into hand, hopefully. It's another creature. Oh my god, come on. So what did he draw last turn? He went turn on. So he must have drawn a Plains this turn. That's unfortunate. All right, well, let's Brainstorm. I'll put the Blightsteel back. Delta. All right, pass the turn here. I'm just going to Retrofitter. I need to draw either something to flash in or a Tinker. I mean, if Nacho doesn't have... he's got the Glimmer Lens, though. No, I'm just going to lose here. The Brainstorm missed hard. I drew a Flash, which is a card that could be good, but drawing all lands other than that, even though I shuffle... I mean, Soul Ring is a good one. Not as he's even used Soul Ring an insane amount. Oh my god. All right, we're done. He's going to Skull Clamp the cat, flip a Johnny. We just can't even win here. All right, there we go. All right, time for round 2. We got beaten 3-1 that round. It wasn't ideal. I'm going to mulligan this hand. Bah. Look, I get it. This deck has... You know, it has a lot of different themes going on. It'd be nice if it would be if we did a little better here. Okay. I'm playing against like Grixis here because it's Strider. Or it's like Grixis Breach, yeah. I think I can put the Pyroglyph back here. It's also mulling. And then I'm just hoping that a turn 3 sneak into Archon will work. I could also draw Talisman or Pentad Prism to make this a little faster. What I'm probably going to draw, if we're being realistic, I'm going to draw Mishra's Workshop and then Ugin and then Blightsteel Colossus. Well, maybe I could sneak Blightsteel, so I probably won't draw that because that would be useful. I don't know. It just after the first turn, it's like it'd be nice if the things lined up a little bit better, but we'll see. I mean, to be fair, not just draw game 3, Soul Ring into Ocelot Pride, Ajani, Glimmerlands, like in Skull Clamp. I was not beating that with anything except one of my really good draws. Oh, I know what I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw Upheaval here. Let's play the Mox because he does have discard in his deck. It looks like, yeah, duress and whatnot. Volcanic and pass the turn. I'm not going to crack this Delta yet because I have Brainstorm anyways. If Sneak gets duress, this is just game over, man. All right, Bobble, sure. Bobble. If I draw Brainstorm, it'd be nice. Knight's Whisper. Okay, I hope Strider plays Knight's Whisper next turn. Yeah. Classic Candelabras. Yep, that's a Knight's Whisper, sure. Let's draw. Since I guess I'm going to crack this fetch regardless at this point, I might as well do it now. Okay. No force negation, please. Okay. Oof. And duress can't take Archon because he has literal duress, not Thoughtseize. So decent chance I get to sneak in Archon next turn. Hopefully that does something. Let's see what you got. Collective Brutality? No. Oh, Fable. Nice. He even played a creature. Come on. Let's draw some action here. A little Torsten, a little Troxa. Not land is all I ask. All right. It's attack. I mean, discard Brain Freeze, which doesn't really do much. Like, this is incredible stuff. Look, I've been having a really good cube run lately. My win rate's been awesome. I guess it all comes out in the wash because then you have this. It's not like this deck is that much worse than some of the decks I've drafted. Like, obviously, there's a lot of cards I could draw that would be really good, and I have managed to not do a great job of doing so. Discard Imperial Seal. It only discards Island. Am I going to get breached here? It doesn't have LED. It has Brain Freeze, Breach. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, sure. And I feel like I don't have a lot of time here because Strider has had a lot of card selection. This is really something. All right, pass the turn. I mean, what do I mean, obviously if I draw any creature to sneak in, that would be really good. Yeah, duress my flash. So far, I've drawn nothing. So, I mean, I Archoned into land, Candelabra, Talisman, Flash or something. Like once the Archon plus the like couple turns surrounding it. All right, he's got again a lot of card selection here. So, I'm hoping that I feel like I have one more turn. I feel like I get this draw step, and I probably have some. Like if I draw Troxa, I just win. If I draw Torsten, pretty close to just win is my guess. Had I kept my Pyroglyph, it would have been worked out better, but obviously that's fine. Milled me. Well, it milled a Workshop, which was a miss, and an Upheaval. Milled me into Blightsteel. See, this is why I don't like Blightsteel Sneak. I'm not saying it's bad to play Blightsteel, but I can't kill him now because of that reflection token, so I guess I just have to attack Jace. Impressive stuff. Really impressive stuff. All right, pass the turn. And I am... Let's see, if he goes Underworld Breach, I lose here, I assume. Well, you can't exactly Brain Freeze me out because of the Blightsteel. And right now, let's see if he has Breach. It feels like he does. I feel like that's going to be enough to win here. Yeah. I mean, we'll see, but you can go Jet. So that'd be 2 spells, and then you could Brain Freeze as spells 3, 4. Or I guess you could Jet Imperial Seal, and then cast 2 Brain Freezes. Or is he going to cast Jace here? Oh. Is he just using the Breach as a way to cast Jace into Imperial Seal or something like that? No, I guess, yeah, he can Jace, mill himself for 2 and then do that. Or, and unless he's got a way to generate mana, he's not Brain Freezing this turn, which is fine. So I guess Jace may be just leaving Imperial Seal Brain Freeze, or he could just exile the Brain Freeze if he's done with it. Okay. So he got and then mill himself and then cast Preordain. I mean, those are just some value plays. Gives me another draw step, I guess. All right, looks like I get one more draw step here. If I hadn't killed Jace, I would have died, because it would have been trivial for him with a Jace in play to go Imperial Seal, Brain Freeze myself, Brain Freeze myself. All right. Or Preordain, Brain Freeze myself, sure. Pass the turn. I guess he's not going to attack in case I draw Blightsteel again. Brainstorm, let's go, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, sure. I guess I get to cast Portal. Eat the Reflection, and then I get Archon back next turn. It still isn't even good enough. It's still not even close. Oh my god. This deck is torturing me. It really is. This deck has a lot of combinations that lead to really good draws, and it doesn't have to always like be mismatched, but it has managed to do an impressive job so far. The Brainstorm gave me faint hope, and then I brainstormed into 3 land in a Portal. Now Doomsday. All right. That's enough. That's enough for me. All right, down a game. Veil of Summer. I do want Veil. Okay, so we're doing that whole plan. Galvanic Discharge didn't seem amazing. I guess I can kind of kill Jace. Let me just see. Because we saw Strider's almost whole deck in round 1. Jace. Baleful Strix. Slick Shot Show Off. I'm just deciding if I want Galvanic Discharge or Dismember or neither or both. And Pyroglyph seems a little bit better. I guess I'll take out Dismember. I'll keep Galvanic Discharge. And I want to put in Generous Ent, Restless Vinestalk, Windswept Teeth, Stomping Ground. I don't even know if I need the Yavimaya. And Jetmir's Garden, taking out red, 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 blue. Probably another blue at that point. And then I'm going to put Uat and Uro in as well. I could take out Upheaval. This doesn't seem like much of an Upheaval matchup. Tinker Colossus I think is okay. Tinker Portal is not particularly good. I just don't think I'm going to ever do that. So I could cut the Tinker, but I don't think I need to do that. All right. And I don't think I want to try to play Urtide. Do I want to play Loot? Loot could be okay too. Maybe better than Time Warp. All right. Yeah, that's a lot of green source. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green sources. Seems fine. I mean, I guess I do really want Yavimaya in. All right. I'll put in Yavimaya because that'll make Uro a lot more likely to happen too. All right. Let's see how this goes. All right, I would like to play first. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to just go Island Go because I have got Brainstorm, and I don't think I want to even fire off the Brainstorm yet. Let's see. Draw. Oh, Pentad Prism. Let's just play a Ballista for 2, and then I'll play I'll get Brainstorm going next turn. I mean, if I get duressed, I get duressed. I don't know. Played a tapped non-black land on turn 1. It makes it a little less likely. I feel like if he had duress, he would have played an untapped land and duressed me on turn 1. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna pass the turn. See what Strider does. Brainstorm in response. Okay, let's put back. I kind of want to put back Archon Island. Yeah, and then next turn, what I can do is I can go Pentad Prism and Tinker. Though actually, maybe I should just put back Uro. Yeah, probably. What is going on here? It could end up. Huh. It's like a mind twist. Oh, Aragorn. Aragorn? Excuse me? Where did that come from? Okay. I'll get Volcanic here. Just take my turn. I mean, Stomping Ground is actually pretty nice. Ruby. Prism for 2. And then Tinker sacking the Prism. I mean, the funny thing is, I would actually get Portal here and it would be awesome, but yeah, whatever. And leaving up, I think, a kind of obvious Veil of Summer or maybe Bolt. I don't know, whatever it looks like. Aragorn. Just splashing Aragorn. Okay. I mean, that's not crazy or anything. I just was surprised by it. I still don't think I want Portal in my deck, but man, imagine if I Portaled there, attacked with Ballista. That would have been sick. Aragorn does get to hit me. That's fine. Okay, can't block it. The funny thing is, if he Aragorn targeting the Walking Ballista, I could sack it in response and block with Blightsteel. So you actually want to Aragorn when if you have the Monarch, when you attack, you just choose no creature and all creatures can't block. If you choose a creature and then that creature gets removed, actually counters the ability, and then creatures, in fact, can block this turn. So that's something. Veil can also stop me from getting Brain Freezed out, funnily enough. Lead with Duress or something here? No. Night's Whisper. All right. I mean, if it doesn't have an answer to Blightsteel, that's a pretty... it's going to kill the Aragorn and I get the Monarch. Sensei's top. So that looks reasonable to me. Draws. All right. And I get to attack with both here because if he blocks Ballista and tries to bounce Blightsteel, I have Veil. I actually can go for the win here. I don't know that I will. He blocks Blightsteel and I pay. Yeah, I don't... Well, if he taps a mana to top, I'll probably go for the win. And by go for the win, I mean I can put a counter on Ballista and shoot Aragorn 3 times. He blocks Colossus and takes 10 poison. A land actually would have been a really good draw because then I could keep up Veil because bounce is all I'm worried about. Oh. I'm just going to block. All right. Brazen Borrower. The fact that I can't get Brain Freeze to death means I think I just pass here. Because I feel like he would have maybe topped first also if he something. Is he going for something? Nice passing. All right. I get the Monarch. I win next turn. And his deck didn't look like it was great at winning out of nowhere because it doesn't have that LED, doesn't have that big boost of mana. Actually, let's just draw. Oh, I use my remaining artifact mana to play a Retrofitter, sure. Pass the turn, draw a card. Brain Freeze end of turn? No, top. Okay. Maybe that play was cowardly, but it felt like things go pretty well for me if this resolves, and terrible for me if they don't. Brazen Borrower was the main card I was worried about there. Don't don't really think there's even a whole lot else. All right. Let's draw. I can cast Uat end of turn. I mean, it would also be kind of nice to not have to show Mox, or Veil this turn. Oh, Mox Opal makes it a little more likely I get comboed out this turn. So let's, I guess, hope that doesn't happen. You could also have Toxic Deluge here. Cycle Oliphant. Oh, we got Xander's Lounge. Okay. So maybe he was just cycling to spin top because he knew what his top 2 cards were. Yeah. This doesn't look like a turn that I lose, because like he can't breach Brain Freeze himself. He can't even breach Brain Freeze me because of a Veil, but like, assuming he doesn't have a counter, but he can't breach Brain Freeze himself with Jace either with this much mana, not without LED, which we know he doesn't have. So is Blightsteel going to get a game? Oh, it'd be nice if it did. Aragorn, huh? Crazy stuff. Top draw a card. Cast 1 spell so far. It's not that close on spells. I mean, he could Deluge. Deluge would kill these 2. Deluge pay 11 life or whatever. Oh, Spell Bomb. All right. He did find an answer. Is he going to Brain Freeze now? Gonna set up? Oh, Jace. So do I retrofit her or Once Upon a Time? I think I retrofit her. And he doesn't need to Spell Bomb yet either because of Sneak Attack. You kind of want to wait on that. Right. The one advantage of casting Uad is if I do hit Academy, maybe that goes a lot harder. But spending 2 on Retrofitter the next turn and then maybe Uading next turn, though I guess maybe I'll Uro. No, actually, I kind of talk myself into Uat because I want to leave Veil up if I can. It's a nice bit of protection. Yeah, so I think I just cast Once Upon a Time then. And then I can start retrofittering later. All right, end step, Uat. Okay, there's Academy, which I assume I want more than Pyrogoyf, Torsten. Yeah, I think so. That is why I cast Uat, I suppose. Academy. Let's attack with these 2. He's gonna bounce the Colossus. Hexproof from Blue and Black. Unfortunately, Ether Spell is not blue. All right, and I think I want to kill Jace this turn. So I guess I could just tap this for 4, but I guess if I do that, I could tap this for 5. Yeah, so let's create a servo. Draw a card with Bankbuster. Oh. That's funny. And I think it's still better to do it this way. All right, and pass the turn. And then I draw a card off Monarch too. Nice. All right, well, feel like I'm in decent shape. Had I gone for the Blightsteel win, I would have won, maybe, possibly, probably. But okay, he's still got Xander's Lounge in hand as well. And he tapped top to draw, so he's got top in hand. And he's going to probably bin something if he set up his top. Oh, bin a Preordain. Interesting. Here goes Sensei's top. The nice thing about Veil is if he goes like Breach, Brain Freeze, and I Veil, if somebody doesn't counter the Veil, he can't Brain Freeze me that turn. It just lasts until end of turn. So the backup Brain Freezes don't do that much. And now with this Academy, it's not going to take very long to win this game. The Galvanic Discharge is not doing a whole lot. Heritage Reclamation, destroy that. All right. I guess that is actually going to be one of my faster clocks. Oh, I could have lost to that because I go to put a counter on the Ballista. Oh, interesting. I guess I cast Veil. I go to put a counter on the Ballista, and then he Heritage Reclamations the Ballista in response. He had Spar's Headquarters up, so maybe that's what was going on. Blightsteel shuffles back. I mean, if I draw Sneak, I just win. Let's see. Generous Ent, Uro in the graveyard, Torsten. I mean, I could cast Torsten, I assume. Well, you know, I guess it's a tapped white source. Let's go. Where's this bauble? Kind of want to draw with Bankbuster here. I guess I can cast Torsten that way. Because, wow, I drew a lot of cards. It's not actually helping me very much. I think I'm going to get back Uro here. Actually, I guess I could just tap Stomping Ground. Yeah, that should be fine. Uro. Exile a bunch of lands from my graveyard. And maybe I can find a sneak still. I've got moves. That's not it. Draw. Guess I'll bobble you. I feel like I'm going to lose now. Feels Mystical Tutor. I mean, I guess I can cycle. I can cycle the Jetmir's Gardens looking for sneak here. Oh man, this is rough. I've drawn a lot of cards this game or this turn, and none of them did anything. This is. I guess I play Pyrogoyf. I could play Generous Ent. Sure, I'll play a Pyrogoyf. I'm just pretty much dead to Brain Freeze at this point. Maybe he doesn't go for it because he thinks I have a Colossus. That would be nice. I'm not even going to bother. All right. Take one. Pass the turn. Yeah, so if I'd gone for it and he had Heritage Reclamation, which I think easily could have had, I'm going to draw Sneak off that. Now, Candelabro would have doubled my mana and still nowhere to go, really. Upheaval would have also been good, though. Did I actually... I think I sided that one out. Yeah, I did. I don't think Upheaval's generally good in this matchup, especially now that I know about Mox Opal, too. Yeah, so I guess the game would have maybe played out the same if you had the Reclamation. If you didn't have it, then yeah, I potentially gave up the ability to win. So what my hope is that he doesn't go for Brain Freeze because he's worried that Blightsteel is my deck and then I would not get decked or something, but seems unlikely. Seems this amalgam of Flash, Sneak, and Academy is not working out, which is unfortunate because, yeah, we're done here. I give up. I mean, sure, I guess Workshop Bankbuster, getting activated turn 2. Flash Portal Ugin Workshop. This is just emblematic of how this has gone. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna go better, you know. Why would it? It's like all of these hands. Like, look, I'm aware I signed up for this. These are the cards I chose to put in my deck. But also, like, if you look at all these hands, am I getting hymned here? Oh, Overlord, sure. Like, I could just have Flash Torsten or, you know, Workshop plus like actual things to cast. Instead, I did not. What did they get back? I didn't even see. Oh, Orcish Bowmasters. Nice. Milling Ancestral. Okay, Pentad Prism. Pentad Prism isn't nothing. It's not going to help too much yet, but at some point I could draw something. Anyways, all I'm saying is it doesn't always have to be like mismatched of the combo cards. It would be nice if the cards that I put in the deck to work with each other were the ones that lined up. But this is the risk that you put of putting a lot of two card combos in the deck, or whatever, you know, groups of combos, is sometimes you draw cards from the wrong group. No, you got to main phase the Bowmasters. It's illegal to just pass. I'm just not going to use the Bankbuster and pass. All right. Like, do I have to draw Flash Portal Blightsteel Ugin? Yeah, no, I guess so. All right. Just pass the turn. He's not going to play Bowmasters? You stuck on 2 lands. This was a bad path to go down. I think they're supposed to bite the bullet and just cast the Orcish Bowmasters here is my guess, but this is exactly why that play is not a good one. Oh, that's probably a worse play to not play it. All right, do I care about, I don't care about giving them an extra token. Yeah, you got me. The thing is, when it's face up, there's no getting me exactly. So, all right. Well, I've got Flash. If I can draw something, Brainstorm would also. Well, Brainstorm's a little awkward against the Bowmasters. That is true, but there are things I could do here. I'm also getting close to casting Ugin with this Pentad Prism. I'll say so. Incredible. All right. Well, let's just play Pentad Prism for 2. Pass the turn. I don't understand. Like, I could have drawn the creatures that were good with Flash, or I could have drawn Sneak. Instead I drew Flash, Archon, Blightsteel. I mean, the Archon could kill that token and then give them a token back immediately. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. They do have Hull Breacher in their deck. That's worth noting. Oh, Collective Brutality. So I could Flash, but that doesn't even do anything. So, all right. I'd rather just use the Bank Buster. It's fine. They discarded Kefka. So next turn, I could cast... If I draw a land, I could cast Ugin. I could also just cast Portal next turn if I wanted to. It's not completely crazy. All right, I go to 13. I mean, it'd be nice if the Overlord was live. Lux Ruby. All right, that's nothing either. There is a Kefka in the graveyard, so maybe I do just Portal here. Seems kind of nice. There's a Troxa. Now that the Flash is gone, there's a Troxa. Oh yeah, this is, like I said, impressive stuff. Okay, Portal with 1 floating. Hope I don't get countered. Spell Pierce. Oh man, this draft is designed to torment me. It's okay. I hope you're enjoying my torment because look, here's the good news. My team's also not winning. We're down like 5-2. I think it might even be 6-2 right now. Let me see. Yeah, it's literally 6-2. So this is more an exercise on like how can Magic make me the butt of the joke. And in this case, drawing Flash, Archon, Blightsteel, Ugin, then the Flash gets discarded on like turn 4 or 5 or something, so not immediately. Then I draw Traxa, Portal gets Spell Pierced. Kefka's coming in, nice. A hasted Kefka with Shallow Grave. So now I'm gonna end up discarding 2 cards. Well, I guess I'll discard Blightsteel. They'll draw 1,000,000 cards because I discard an artifact and a creature. They discarded a creature, I guess. And then I'm going to discard again. So if I draw Sneak Archon is probably sufficient. So I guess I'll just discard Atraxa here. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm pretty close to casting Ugin, so I shouldn't discard that. Oh, they only drew 1 card off that. All right. And I go to 4, though. And then the Archon's on. So I'm going to draw Tinker now that my Portal's gone. That's my prediction. Actually, Sneak Archon wouldn't even necessarily do it. All right, there's lands. Let's go Ugin. Exile our Overlord. And 4. I could gain 3 life and draw a card. I go to 7, then I go to 6, and this would be 4. So I wouldn't be lethal, so let's do it that way. And if I draw another artifact... All right, well, they got 1 turn to kill me here, or I can cast a pretty anemic Upheaval, but maybe a one that's good enough. Well, actually, that's not true. If Ugin's in play, I can cast a pretty sick Upheaval. I'm going to 1 right now. I assume I'm dead here. It doesn't take much. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. All right, let's go to game 2 here. I can't wait to draw Upheaval, Sneak Attack, Ugin, Time Warp. Well, I do want Veil of Summer, for sure. So I'll put an Ent, Jet Mirrors, Fine Stock, Stomping Ground, Sub teeth. Maya. And cutting. I like I have to keep Galvanic Discharge in. Just remember they have Hull Breacher in their deck. I can definitely cut Time Warp. And I mean, the upheaval is not amazing, but I guess I probably will keep it. It is a good way to kind of interact. Oh, I do like Uro in general, though it's kind of bad against some of those things. So maybe I don't. Maybe I just pass on the Uro. Keep the Pyrogoyf. Yeah, maybe upheaval is then going to be the card I cut. All right. Let's see how this goes, huh? Okay. I would like to play first. So Academy in all lands now. Academy is another card that I think has some really good opportunities in my deck that has not shown up at the games where it would have been good. What does this hand do? And this hand doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'll keep this. Put back Stomping Ground. And I think I go Vinestock Galvanic or Vinestock Ruby, leave up Galvanic Discharge, put them all to 6. Got Veil. I can crack Moonswept Teeth at some point here. Turn 1 Tameo. I could have played Heath to have up turn 1 Veil, but we haven't seen a bunch of like 1 mana disruption from them, so didn't seem like that's what I wanted. Swear to God, it's like it never ends. I mean, I know I have a lot of big cards to draw, but it's like I could have also potentially drawn. Oh, good, and in their Ancestraling, I could have drawn like Flash or Tinker or Sneak, one of the enablers. No. The good news is I drew the one that wants to be in my deck, not in my hand. So it's not like I drew Torsten and drawing Flash or Sneak would that be good. I drew Portal and now my Tinker's worse. But, I mean, Tinker for Colossus would still be really good here. No real reason to crack Heath. I know my bottom card Stomping Ground, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything. At least they didn't discard a... Oh, good. At least I can cycle this. They didn't discard a big creature to animate. It's kind of nice. Starting Town into Ghost Vacuum. That doesn't really do anything that I care about. I guess I don't think I even put Uro in, right? Yeah, I didn't. Instep, I'll cycle. Again, no need to crack Heath. It's only got 1 target left, but that target is at the bottom. And there's Academy. And there's Generous Ent. All right. Pass the turn. Yeah. I mean, look, there's an alternate world where this deck draws like Flash Torsten or like Mox Ruby Sneak or an early Tinker a lot or Academy Retrofitter Candelabra, and I'm like, wow, this deck's great. I'm doing good things. I have yet to have a game where like any of that really came together. I had one game against like Nacho where I had a pretty early Tinker against Strider. Ooh, people getting Resentful Revelation in there. Nice. That was a card I wasn't sure about. I still think it might be okay. I mean, it puts the cards in the graveyard and has flashback. Doesn't seem that bad to me. All right. Let's just pass the turn. Polluted Delta, pass the turn. I don't really think tapping out for Generous Ent really does that much for me. And I want to keep mana up so they don't go like Hull Breacher Echo out of nowhere. They're just improving their draws too, but they're doing those with Ancestral Recalls and Resentful Revelation, so it's really not working very well. Is this going to be the Collective Brutality? Nice. Okay, well, Veil of Summer at least coming in clutch. All right, draw my Pyrogoyf. Okay, I got my 2-for-1 in. Let's take my turn. Well, not as good as if I had Veil, but I mean, I guess I go for it. I don't know. Tinker. What am I going to do? Sit here and do nothing? Wow, they didn't even counter the Veil. They didn't need to. Now my Now my academy's off. If I draw Yavimaya, ooh, we're talking. And by that, I mean, not really. Yeah, this is turning into a very different game where it's now like we're trading cards and they're ancestraling, so it's pretty nice. Okay. Well, I have Galvanic Discharge for that at some point, though I think I'm going to start by this, just casting Pyroglyph. Instant sorcery land artifact. Nice, they didn't take that. Very nice. Oh, if I Pyroglyph, I can't Galvanic Discharge. Yeah. What am I going to do, right? Stomping Ground. Volcanic. They've got another counter, they've got another counter. Pyroglyph, eat Emperor Bones. Pass the turn. Fresh start. Wow. Good beats. Good beats. There's not that many cards that work that way, because if they kill the Pyroglyph in response, it uses last known information. Of course, shrinking its power will do the thing. I guess the Emperor Bones isn't actually doing anything right now, so that much is nice. It's going to shrink my Pyroglyph, though. Well, I guess it's not, because it doesn't have any abilities right now. Oh, I definitely should not chump, because that gives them access to Pyroglyph. With Emperor. 3 cards in hand? Alright. I mean, there's a chance they don't have that much to do. I guess they could flashback Resentful Revelation if so. Island. I guess I'll cast Uat. Archon or another island. I'm just going to take the Archon. If I draw Sneak, at least it does something. Pass the turn here. This is going to be a good video. I'm actually kind of liking this. I got to counterbalance the 3-0, 3-0, 3-0 good drafts where things work out. You got to be reminded. Magic's a game of variance. There's a lot of sides of it, and this is one side of it where this deck's not a great deck. Like if one of those Time Vault decks or that blue-red double Mox deck I had were, if those decks were 8 or 9 out of 10s, some of them might have been, a couple of them are 10s. This deck's a 5, it's got a Ruby, it's got some powerful stuff. It's got Flash with Torsten and Atrox are both very good to flash in. It's got Sneak with Archon, Torsten, Atroxa. It's got Tinker, Blightsteel Portal. It's got Academy, Retrofitter, Candelabra. It's got a bunch of stuff going on that I think overall is not terrible. But, you look at how it's drawn and look at this. It's just its weaknesses are certainly coming out. The things that it's vulnerable to, and that we're seeing that for sure. But I think I've had 5 out of 10 decks that drew near perfectly and just 3-0'd easily, because that is drawing well is a huge modifier. If your deck is drawing perfectly and you never draw the bottom third of your deck in terms of card quality, then it looks like you have a busted deck, even if you have a lot of bad cards in it, that sort of thing. This deck is drawing at a 3 out of 10. Almost no, even a good deck isn't winning when it's drawing a 3 out of 10. And this is a bad deck, drawing a 3 out of 10 in a way that really, there's a path, that's funny, that really emphasizes how much, what its weaknesses are. Yeah, sometimes it's, I put Mishra's Workshops in a lot of decks that doesn't always work out. And this deck, it's drawing Workshop and Academy with the no artifacts, or drawing, it's just drawing everything in the wrong order. And yeah, that can just happen, so. Kind of interesting to see how this works out. Now there's Flash Archon, which, I mean, I put these cards in my deck, but it's this would be the equivalent of a Boros deck never drawing any two mana plays and every game starting with a 3 mana play. A good Boros deck's still going to lose when that happens. And this is a mediocre deck, and it's drawing poorly. Getting crushed. But like I said, we're good to see what the different parts of Magic are, huh? Okay, so the funny thing is I'm surprisingly close to casting a lot of these things, but I think I'm just going to wait. I don't know what all is happening here. Mountain. I could cast my generous and I could cast portal. The problem is if I cast these things, I don't have galvanic discharge up anymore, or flash archon, and I honestly could end up like doing some kind of like kill your spell seeker with discharge, flash and archon to kill Emperor Bones. Problem is ghost vacuum on archon is now it would then be kind of annoying. So what I might end up doing. It doesn't have to exile anything. Okay, they eventually did figure that out. I might end up, and I'm sure I have disruption in hand. I need like 3 Veils of Summer for this matchup. I'm kind of tempted to just cast the flash, but I feel like I should just cast Sneak. You got it? If you got an answer, you got an answer. Mana Drain? Jeez, their deck is sick. Mana Drain, Counterspell, Spell Pierce, Ancestral. Yeah, not... Also, like, that's kind of tough for this deck to deal with because Mana Drain's really good against, like, big threats, which is what I've got. Thing is, they know enough of my hand, I don't think they would have countered the flash. Maybe I'm supposed to cast it anyway, but then what if I just draw a Troxa or something here, or Torsten? And then get worked by Ghost Vacuum, and I took out my upheaval, right? Yeah. Alright. Fair enough, fair enough. Psychic Frog, okay. Ton of mana drain, mana floating. They have Echo, they have Hull Breacher, they have Bowmasters just in their deck, not necessarily. Oh, no, that is there. They're just going to cast Echo here? Okay. My hand is so bad. That sounds great. I'm not even going to do anything in response, I don't think. I just let this happen. See, like, this looks like a real Academy Workshop deck now, doesn't it? I didn't want to cast Galvanic Discharge or Flash in response because I was worried that they were setting me up for like a Hull Breacher play of some kind, but I guess they would have just cast Hull Breacher Echo. Galvanic Discharge wouldn't really done a whole lot on this situation anyway. All right, Echo into Ancestral. Into what? Let me ask. Frantic Search. I don't like where this is going. The other thing is casting Flash or Galvanic Discharge would give them an opportunity to pump their Frog more, so yeah, it seemed fine. Emrakul Show and Tell on turn 12 after I cast no spells at all this entire game. All right. Emrakul Shallow Grave. All right. Let's close the chapter on this one. I will do a draft review. It's painful, but I'll do it. Yeah, I mean, look, this deck has some combinations. If I draw Torsten or a Troxa plus Flash, that's very good. If I draw Sneak plus these and it can resolve Sneak, that's good. If I draw Upheaval with Academy, Monolith, and like some of these cheap things, that's good. Instead, you just saw the combinations. It was always Portal plus Flash plus Ugin plus Workshop plus Time Warp and Sneak Attack, or, you know, just over and over, or Candelabra, Sneak, Time Warp. Like, it's just like, okay. So, let's see how this draft went. There were some probably pretty big decision points. All right, so, yeah, I mean, I think first picking Ugin over Counterspell, that was already one. Could have easily justified Counterspell. I think Counterspell is better than taking top, pick one, pack one. VV, yeah, I wouldn't take it at that point. Snuff Out's also good if you like black. And then second pick, Windswept Teeth. We didn't start out with an amazing set of cards or direction. Third pick, Sneak. I was kind of underwhelmed by Sneak here. I'll go back to not picking it probably. But like, I guess my best start would have been like Counterspell, still take Heath, and then take Ponder, and just start on like a blue-white or Jeskai line. Yeah, see, maybe that's what I should have done. Then I'd still probably take Volcanic here. And then there's a Retrofitter, but then I'd probably just take Aragorn if I have Volcanic, Ponder, Windswept Heath, Counterspell. That seems like a good Aragorn spot. I, of course, took Retrofitter, and there's Uro, and I would have, with the Jeskai deck, would have just taken Sunbillow Verge. And then Spiral Bluff Canal. I took Bauble, which made sense with the Retrofitter. And I think Bauble has a lot of good cards. I would probably still take Brainstorm in either world. And Upheaval Wheel, that looked okay. I probably would have taken Get Lost if I was Jeskai, Skyclave if I was Jeskai. Still take Galvanic Discharge, of course. And then these picks, yeah, Exploration. Remember I thought I was going to play Exploration for a little while? Last pick, Blightsteel, where it deserves to be. Open Ruby. Yeah, my Jeskai deck still would have taken Pyrogoyf. And then it gets different because you pass different things. But so after pack 1, I have a Sneak, an Ugin, an Upheaval, a Retrofitter. I'm looking like blue-red big mana with also Uro and Exploration and Yavimaya and Restless Vinestalk. So yeah, I was looking like Teamer big mana. I took Ruby, I took Pyrogoyf over like Steam Vents and Malevolent Rumble. Maybe, I mean, this is potentially crazy to think about. Maybe I should have just taken Malevolent Rumble and just committed fully to like the sneak attack life and Uro and stuff. Maybe if my draft would have gone better. I don't know. Probably still would have taken Delta over like Oko, I guess would be the thing. Stomping Grounds pickup ended up being, well, it ended up being not important because I didn't play green most of the time, but if I ended up in green, which I still think I was pretty likely to at that point. I took Torsten over Bolt and like some artifacts. I took a Dismember over Lutri Preordain. I took Ent, which funnily enough ended up not really working. Could have taken Consider, I guess. A Jetmir's Garden. The Workshop came back around. I got Uat and Ballista and Candelabra and Talisman. So it's like I kept getting these late bursts of cards that pushed me in a direction. And then here I opened an Atraxa and then second picked Flash over Urza and then third picked Academy over really not even anything for the sneak deck. I don't know. And then I took Tinker and I'm like, okay, Flash, Tinker, Academy, Archon over like Fractured and Cogwork, sure. And then I took Prism to make things work. Bankbuster. Veil was actually strong. Basalt. Yeah, I think if I had just gone Jeskai, which is where I would have normally, but I kind of want to try something else. Look what I got for that. This deck would have ended up better. But given the place I started, so, yeah, well, like I said, this deck was definitely far from perfect. I'm not saying it was a good deck, but it also drew, I think, worse than you could have expected it to draw. Like, I don't think a single game I had Flash plus Atraxa or Torsten in my opening hand, but I had a lot of games where I had Portal Flash or you know, Archon Tinker sort of things. I just, if things lined up, like you can construct obviously a good Flash or Tinker or just Academy hands. Like imagine a hand of like Ruby, Retrofitter, Academy, and Candelabra. Like that just really, like nothing like that ever showed up. And that you're not going to win very much if your deck doesn't ever assemble the things it was trying to assemble. But also this wasn't a very good deck. So all those things combined lead to a draft, which, you know what? It makes me hyped for the next one. So I'm going to do that. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. Sometimes disasters happen, and this was one of them. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.